Good evening, everybody. It's 8:30 p.m. approximately, and it's getting cool actually. It was warm during the day, and the video that I posted earlier about the chemtrail, am I allowed to say that word? That line across the sky? Well, it happened 3 more times, like there's one right now. Yeah, it happened 3 more times. Actually, this is 4 right there. Oh, just in time for the stalker. Here, guys, check it out. See, as soon as I walk out, somebody's here. But I want to give you a heads up. And somebody else mentioned it. I noticed it earlier today. We've got a full moon tonight, boys and girls, men and women. And it's not an ordinary moon. It's a blue moon. You know that expression, once in a blue moon? Well, it is a blue moon. And it is a high holiday for the witches, the witchy poos, like the ones that hang out around here. So I'll tell you what they did in celebration of their full moon ritual. Sometime yesterday or the day before, I changed the pillowcases on my bed. You know, washed them and everything. And I have on my bed, and I've had on my bed since the day I moved here, a bulletproof insert. It's probably about 16 by 14 inches. I purchased it on eBay back in New Jersey. I don't know, it's about $100. If you can find it now, because of its color. Ironically, the color is blue. And it's that blue that everybody is talking about that in Maui was overlooked. Like Oprah painted her roof this special blue. And anything that was of this special color blue did not get inflamed, engulfed, or burnt. So my bulletproof vest insert was that color blue. And they have ruined it over time. They've discolored it, they've drawn on it and stuff. I've tried to wash it off, and this is what happens with these creatures. Okay, come on, let's go in the house. Come on, girl, let's go. Let's go in. So I'm getting my kitties, all the kitties that like to hang out outside, they're going back in. And the guineas, they know that when I open up the nonprofit building, a lot of times food comes out of there, so they come running. I already gave them a dish of cat food, or I should say dog food, because they like it so much. And they think that they're getting more now, but they're not. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. And yes, and this is for an evidentiary video also, that either yesterday or the day before, it could have been the day before, they stole. Somebody came into my house. They came into my house. It could have been when I was cutting the grass. It could have been when I had my DR mower out and I was cutting around. In fact, that's probably when it was. And they entered my house and went into my bedroom, which is in the back of the house, and stole it off of my bed. Okay, so that's what happened. And I'm going to say it's valued at about $100. So, you know, I posted a video about what they did to my pots, my stainless steel pots that I boil water in. And they did this twice in New Jersey also. Stainless steel pots. I went through 3 stainless steel pots in New Jersey. And I like to cook and stuff, and they've destroyed all of my pots. Pots, pans, even ones that I brought here from New Jersey that I never used. They're all scratched up, scuffed, scratched. It's just beyond comprehension what they do to me here. But these people are evil. And so I just wanted to say to watch out. I'm getting all my animals in tonight, hopefully. Yes, you have to go in. The guineas start running around at night, chasing each other. I don't know if it's their mating dance or whatever. But yes, it's the full moon. Once in a blue moon, it's a blue moon. Blue moon, full moon. And it's a high holiday for these witches, and there evidently are a lot of them around here in eastern Kentucky. Guys, you've got to go back in the house now. It's time for bed. It's time for bed. Yeah. And that my bulletproof insert was stolen. And no, I'm not going to report it to the sheriff's department. What I am going to do, and this is something that you could do as well, rather than continuing to call, unless something is really urgent, I write a list. The first sheriff that we had when I first moved here, he received 2 lists already and absolutely did nothing. But this sheriff hasn't received any of my lists yet. So I'm working on the list for this year. I completed the list for last year, for 2019, 2020. And they're all going to be going to the Attorney General also. And it'll be part of my lawsuit, because I expect to be reimbursed for everything that was vandalized and stolen by me when I moved to Kentucky. And that includes everything that I moved here. There goes another criminal. Look at this. We've got another one driving by. Or maybe that's not. Maybe that's an actual worker. But somebody should be held responsible for this. If the sheriff's department, law enforcement, refuses to write an incident report, refuses to take photos and document it, this is what you need also for insurance. Now, I have, a deductible, and these people, these criminals, know, obviously, what the deductible is. So the way it works with insurance companies is you have to meet the deductible for each occurrence. Well, each occurrence does not meet the deductible, but I guarantee over a couple of months, cumulatively, it meets the deductible. And that's been happening here since I moved here. I mean, I'm going to say, and I haven't even totaled up the vandalism yet, because that's very hard to determine without receiving quotes. I mean, I know what things cost generally, but I know the value of what I've purchased. And I know what the cost for replacement, which obviously these days is higher than when I purchased it. And it's a good thing for you guys to also keep record of what is stolen and vandalized for you. And don't think that it's futile. It's not futile. And you need to report it. You need to speak it. You need to say it out loud, write it down. And you need to share it. I see a lot of targeted people sharing, the stalking, the harassment, the one light and stuff. But what's that going to do in court? Okay, it's not going to do anything in court. But when people are breaking into your house and stealing things, leaving stuff on your property, vandalizing it, letting dogs loose on your property, having the loss of your animals, having burn marks appear on your animals. You see that, folks? That's one of them. Well, this stuff needs to be documented. This doesn't happen by itself. It's being done to me. It's being done to my animals. It's being done to my belongings. My belongings just suddenly in a locked garage undo themselves and get scratched and damaged, right? That's not what happens, folks. So anyway, this is like a little mini rant. I hope you're enjoying the video on the directed energy weapons. That does have a copyright on it. It does not affect my channel. The copyright owner says that it could be shared, but it cannot be monetized, that any views gained for the monetization, they will receive the monetized amount. And that goes for the other technology video that I posted. I just want to get the message out there. It's really hard to find some of these videos. So I'm glad to share it with you guys. Please feel free to share it. There goes another one. Is that amazing? There goes another one. On this remote rural property at 8:30 p.m. So far, 4 people drove by in the very brief time that I'm recording this video. So I'm going to get the rest of my chickies in. They're running around like having their fun before bedtime. So I hope everybody's doing well, and welcome all the newcomers. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. My name is Lorraine, for the newcomers. I moved from Manalapan, New Jersey, in a home I lived in for 30 years as original owner. I became targeted there. The Manalapan Police Department, who were down the block from me, and their friends, they like to pick on single women for targeting. They did it to my neighbor also. This is what happens when you're a little weenie boy and you're looking to make a profit or getting a salary increase or a promotion, right? You place single, divorced, successful women on a terrorist screening database to be watch listed and tormented in a revenge for hire program. It's a covert revenge for hire program that some people are in the know about. And right now, there goes number 5. There's the 5th person driving by, folks. Check it out. Fifth person. So then you get people like these morons around here that drive back and forth to let you know that they're watching you. But who's watching them? Right? Who's watching what? Their handlers are watching them to make sure that they're doing their jobs. I have a lot better things to do than to walk out of my house at 8:30 at night to stalk a neighbor. I have no intention of doing it. I never will. That's not something that I would ever do. But there are a lot of people that are bribed and coerced and think it's fun. They receive sadistic pleasure. Maybe a little bonus, a little nip and a tuck they get. A little new car, new benefit. But please take note that it's a blue moon, it's full moon. It's usually beautiful. It's somewhat of a clear night. I don't see the moon yet, so I can't show it to you. Let's see, it should be coming up here. See if I can find it. But getting back to the newcomers, on my channel I document not only what happens here on this farm. I purchased a 64-acre piece of property here in rural Kentucky. I have farm animals like chickens and guineas and my cats. I have a 501c3 nonprofit cat rescue called Freya's Cat Rescue. Started in New Jersey in 2013. 2012, I realized that I was being targeted, but I didn't have a name for what was happening to me yet. In hindsight, it could have even started back in 2011. But I'm not exactly certain. There were actually bizarre things that happened even years before. But my life was good. I was very successful. I started businesses. I was working at a gym. I was in the best physical condition of my life. My daughter, was still living at home before she went to university. And life was great. And then in 2017, I realized that I was in some covert program. It took all those years to figure out what was happening. After reporting home break-ins and vandalism, stolen items from my house, I had security system, I had cameras, I had a monitored system, and then I got a hardwired system, and every one of them was hacked. So when you have that kind of surveillance on your home, you know that it's a very high level. These are not just regular, teenagers looking to break into a house and steal something. This is high level surveillance, high level technology. This is organized. It's organized stalking. It's organized harassment. So for the newcomers, you will find those videos on my website. You might want to check out My videos that I recorded last year called Trapped in a Black Box, Growing Terrorism Watch Listing and Everyday Policing. It is a PDF. You can locate it online as well, but I read it out loud. Conducted by the ACLU in a FOIA request against my favorite Bureau of Instigation, and you'll hear me say that it's the FBI, folks. I say it a little sarcastically, tongue-in-cheek, my favorite Bureau of Instigation, because that's basically what they do. They instigate. They set out their provocateurs to harass regular citizens for profit, for fun, for kicks and giggles, to drive them crazy, to torment them, to set people up. Meanwhile, we've got a war going on in this country. The war is really these people against normal people like you and I. Depopulation agenda, etc. But we do have to worry about foreign entities, foreign countries. Look at what's happening in the world. But no, these entities care more about the 33% of the people that are more than happy to target the other 33% innocent people, and then the middle ground, the other 33% of the go along to get along in the middle, and then the 1%, of course, are the deletes. That's what I call them, the deletes. They need to be deleted. So anyway, you can see it's really dark here, folks. I'm going to lock up my chicken coops. And I hope everybody's having a good night. But if you have any questions, newcomers, if you have any questions about targeting, what it's about, I will point you to videos on my channel. You can always email me directly at alternativehomesteading@gmail.com. And I hope everybody's having a good night. And it's actually getting cooler here. Let me go lock up these guys, and I will talk to you soon.